Welcome to the Fishbowl Radio, everybody. My name is Chief here, and with me, as always, is Juicy. Welcome to the show, Juicy.
Oh, it's good to be on the air, man. Good to be talking sports. One of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, it's a kind of a whirlwind, Juicy, of news going on in sports this week. The Little League World Series got canceled. We had the NFL Draft last weekend. What are some takeaways that you thought the Saints did or didn't do well in the NFL Draft?
Well, I wasn't. I didn't like how they drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. We thought, if anything, you probably could have waited till the third or fourth round. I do like that they did draft the linebacker in the third round, but however, we thought that Patrick Lee would have been the better choice because he was still on the board at the time. But they did fill that void at linebacker. They also traded to draft a quarterback in the seventh round. Mississippi State's Tommy Stevens is kind of, I guess, they'll work with him as a quarter. I mean, but the quarterback's also becoming a need too because Drew Brees ain't going to be there much longer. They did sign James Winston, but they also needed another quarterback, so they got Tommy Stevens. So I guess overall, I'd probably give him a B minus.
Uh,
If I had to grade him.
Honestly, I don't think the Saints really had that bad of a draft because if you really look at it from an offensive line perspective, it's always good to add more depth to your offensive line. If your starters go down, you got someone else that can come in who are almost like equal talent. Would be a good way to fill in ways because the two most.
Man, I just don't think they need first round.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a weird move, especially when they had a need at linebacker. But they did pick up another linebacker later on in the draft, uh, out of Dayton. So I thought that was a pretty good move. It did fill their need,
It's
but
really hard to gauge. Like, it's really hard to gauge how well somebody's going to end up turning out. I mean, all these analysts people off of analyzing it from what you've seen, but once they get in the NFL, you never know. I mean, Tom Brady was a sixth-round draft pick. That's everybody's perfect example.
yeah,
You just never know how these players
Marcus Colston was a seventh round draft pick.
Marcus Colston was seventh round, and he's in the Saints Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you never know. Just
Never know.
like in recruiting, Justin Jefferson was a two-star athlete at a wide receiver.
Exactly.
So
Burrow was only a three-star recruit.
you never know what you're going to get out of some players. It just depends on having the right coach.
Once they go to the NFL, NFL is a faster game.
Yeah, it's going to be like a test for all the new college players coming in and see how well they adapt to the new system. But I think what having Sean Payton as an offensive coach will probably help out some of them, like the linemen they drafted, and their seventh round, this quarterback in the seventh round. So we will see how all that goes. But the Saints needed another quarterback. They did sign Jameis Winston. People will point out the 30 interceptions, but he did throw for 5,000 yards last year.
He
And
does have. There's always a good upside to him, but I think he can get the turnovers now.
I mean, he'd be a pretty good quarterback. The only reason they signed him is because they know, what if Drew Brees goes down? Can Taysom Hill handle the load of carrying that team? Which the Saints really haven't really figured out their long-term plans. They did re-sign Taysom Hill, but I don't think they really know what they want out of him. But I think they're going to try. What I think is going to happen after Drew Brees decides to leave and retire and do his own thing, I think they'll probably move Tommy Stevens to a Taysom Hill kind of role in the offense. Put Taysom Hill as starting quarterback or Jameis Winston. I think that's going to be one of
Well,
those
you
two.
see, it really works out for Jameis Winston because when you think about Teddy Bridgewater's won 5 games. Look at him now. He got a big starting contract in Carolina. So if something happens to Drew Brees, Jameis Winston comes in and actually plays pretty well after learning from Drew Brees and Sean Payton. So he can work out Jameis Winston's favor that he can get the same when he can get a second chance like Teddy Bridgewater. He said Teddy Bridgewater got injured. That's why he was out. But if he could work out with Jameis Winston, then I mean, so he just but to sit behind Drew Brees for a whole year either way, he can learn a lot. So I mean, really, there's no downside of Jameis Winston playing for the Saints, and it's really good for Jameis Winston's own future too.
Yeah, it's gonna be able to help out Jameis Winston if he is the quarterback of the Saints. He might even be the starter because I mean he does have NFL experience, and you can't replace experience at the quarterback position in NFL.
And
Really,
if he does play well, I forgot to mention that too. If he does play well, and Drew Brees retires, and who's to say that the Saints won't turn around and sign him for a long time? Yeah, I make him the starting quarterback.
yeah, that is a very good possibility of what might actually happen out there.
So it really works out for Jameis Winston either way.
And also in NFL news, the NFL is not altering any plans for 2020 schedule. They will release the full 17-week slate. So what you think, Juicy?
Yep, there's 17 games now?
Yep, it is 17 games. I believe.
Wait, no, I thought they only did the playoff format.
Oh, that's right. That's true. You're correct.
16 games still.
Yeah, 16. So we will see. So the NFL's thinking the season's going to happen. A lot of other people are thinking it's going to happen. So now,
There's still a few months coming, so I don't see why you can't be optimistic about it.
yeah, it is a good bit of ways. We have all this month May. You got June, then you got July. But they did. They got and then I mean even if preseason gets cannibalized, no one really watches the preseason too much. It's not a lot of it. I mean it's football, but it doesn't really count for anything really. So I don't know if let's say if they lose the preseason to the coronavirus, so that'd be down in August. I think the fans can still go to some places in the stands. But, I mean, they won't but interact with that. Yeah, yeah, like in dome conditions, like the Vikings and the Saints and the Falcons. That could be a little problematic, maybe, for having fans in the stands there.
Honestly, I think in a few more seasons, when the fans will be open in their end, but you would think that at least be the point where they could allow
I think it'd be really hard for them to have full capacity. Let's go straight ahead and dive into that. I don't see that happening in 2020 for any sports whatsoever. NASCAR is starting their season. Coming up actually pretty soon. Wait, what? Yeah. So, I mean, at least you're getting sports somewhere. I mean, you could watch it on TV and stuff, but who knows? Like, I mean, they're losing a lot of money. Like, them tracks that them drivers and races are going through, they're going to lose a lot of money. So, I'm wondering if they'll push more. Will they push for more commercials? If I'm an advertiser, I'm probably jumping all over the NASCAR deal because I got to get my brand out there, and a lot of people's going to watch that because it's sports, something coming back, and people are like deprived of. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how there has been no race where there's been no fans in the stands in NASCAR. I want to know how that's going to do. I guess it'd be like a test session for them or something, where you have the cars on the track and there's nobody.
I can't imagine it being as boring like football and baseball because in NASCAR you almost can't
Yeah. I think with football, we'll probably see who the better teams actually are because, like you said, the players get amped up by the fans. They get energized by just feeling the electricity of the crowd. If they have a season where there's no fans in the stands, you have no energy in that stadium at all. It's just like you hear hike, and that's it. It's like you're playing backyard football. It's literally the exact same thing.
Yeah, oh yeah. Also, a lot of the crowd aren't very fans too, especially the other teams and stuff.
I mean, they might be able to like pipe in crowd noise too. I guess
Yeah,
they might be able to do something like that to kind of make it feel more intense and stuff. They probably, I mean, they could have recorded stuff last season. Because I'm sure they have to do that to pipe in noise for their practices and stuff like that. So it'd be very interesting to see how the players will react to them not having any fans in the stands if that's the way they want to play it. But what I think will actually happen is I think there's going to be some. I think there's too much money for them to lose. I think they will let some people in them stadiums in the fall, where it'll be like,
at least allow half or something.
yeah. I mean, we have to keep 6 feet between people. Whereas like you might be able to put like, depending how big the row is, you could put people on each end of a row, and then put someone in the middle. Kind of do like that, like diagonal, and then you might get a half a capacity. Like Tiger Stadium holds 100-some thousand people. They'll probably be able to put 50,000 in there, I'm sure, and that'd be plenty spaced out. At UL, the stadium can hold 40-some thousand. They could put 20,000 and space them out. Now,
Exactly.
now if you're bringing like your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, y'all all can sit together. Because I mean, normally, I think they'd be like, oh, there's gonna have to be some kind of way they're gonna have to like differentiate because how many people can sit together. I'm sure they'll work all that stuff out. That's probably already being talked about how they're gonna do this. The NFL, they're completely saying like, yeah, we're gonna do this and see exactly how it's gonna happen and stuff. So, I completely think that there's gonna be a half a capacity of fans in the stands when it comes down to it, because I don't think you can look and have everybody bunched up because there's no vaccine for the coronavirus, and they don't want to get everybody infected that wants to go enjoy a football game with their family. So I think in the fall there will be a half capacity in the stadium. Like I mentioned before, Tiger Stadium have 100,000 plus fans. I think you'll see something like a 50,000 fans in the stadium spread out across Tiger Stadium in the fall.
Football, and whether it's college or NFL, is a big money maker in the nation as a whole. So I can't imagine us going without football. It's everybody. It's just about everybody's favorite sport. It'd be really hard pressed to go all year without football. There'd be so much. There'd be so much outrage and I like to say mutiny
Mutiny.
and tyranny.
Take it over. Mutiny. We're gonna get rid of everything. Protest.
If you give them a season without football, it'd be the end of the world. Football kind of what brings everybody together.
Yeah, I can see it. Sports does have a unifying factor with it. It does bring people of different like races, religious beliefs together.
Like you go to a game where you can like start talking to some random person, and you have to click on football, or even at a football game, you can click with a random fan, you've never seen it before, but you instantly click because you either talk smack or you just talk about the team. I mean, it's just one of those sports where it don't take much to click with a random stranger.
Yeah. In regards to the Saints, I kind of wish the Saints would have got Raymond Calais out of Louisiana. I think that would have been a really good pickup for them. Um, he reminds me. I feel like he would do so well in a New Orleans Saints offense. He reminds me of Darren Sproles so much. He's kind of small, but he's so fast. Raymond Calais is a speed. Yeah, he was the running back for the Raging Cajuns. But he was just so quick. Like if he hits a hole, you're probably not going to catch him. If I remember in the combine, I think he ran a 4.40 in the 40-yard dash. So, I mean, he's got some wheels on him. It's going to be really hard to see anybody catch like a linebacker in the NFL catching him because he's going to do a lot of things for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers whenever they get down to it. Because Tom Brady having someone like that on his team.
He's already got a stacked team.
Yeah, he's got Mike Evans. Gronkowski's coming back. Chris Godwin. Yeah, he's got a pretty good offensive team around him. So, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, I wish the Saints would have picked him up because I think he would have been a really good, if I don't, Calais didn't really catch the ball too much out of college. That was one of the concerns with him, but I'm pretty sure he can catch the ball pretty good. I think they. Well, I mean, they threw it decently to their wide receivers and stuff. I thought Jamarcus Bradley should have been drafted. I seen him make some really good catches this year. Very talented. Yeah, he did get signed. Jamarcus Bradley did get signed as an undrafted free agent. So, I mean, he's in the NFL right now, so we will see.
Well, it's just one of those. Hey, that's also something else too. Undrafted free agents sometimes turn out to be some of your best players too.
Yeah, you never know which way they're going to go with it. And I want you to get your opinion on this since I didn't get a chance to do it. I think I did it Thursday. What do you think of the NCAA moving in the direction of paying players?
Well, I know for a long time they've been looked down on it, but I guess at some point you gotta give them something, but then I guess you give money that is their signatures and endorsement, but as like giving them actual like the school giving them money, that's where it comes to the hand. Well, there's always the debate. Well, they get paid and they go to school for free to go play in this position or to go do this or go play this sport or whatever. They go to school for free, so that's how they get paid. So I mean, there's that argument. But, I guess it just don't hurt to.
What you think about the What you think about the endorsement side of it? Like, yeah, I can see that being something that the NCAA. I mean, they're already planning the way for it. I mean, they should be able to make money off their name because it is something that they worked on. But I do think the school, like, let's take Joe Burrow for example. Okay, LSU gave him this platform, all right, and he became the Heisman Trophy winner. Without LSU, would he be where he's at in life without that school? Yeah, he was a backup at Ohio State, transferred to try to make a name for himself. Which, I mean, you can't be mad at someone wanting to transfer from a school because, well, you could say one for he's not loyal to his school, he didn't finish out, he's a quitter. But if they're not giving you a chance to start, practices can only tell you so much about a player. When it comes time to put on the pads and go out there on the football field, it's a whole different game and scenario. Yeah, but Joe Brady, I really believe, helped Joe Burrow out a lot. Like he showed him how to be an NFL quarterback. Like his,
Yeah, the Panthers should have been drafted.
yeah,
The Panthers should have traded him to draft him for being that Joe Brady's offensive coordinator.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Joe Brady, I think, like if you take Joe Burrow of 2018 and from his level of progression to 2019, it's crazy, dude. Like it's
Well, that's because Joe Brady worked with Sean Payton for a reason, and he took that over there to level.
yeah, and I mean it paid off big for him. He got him a offensive coordinator job in the NFL. I mean, bruh.
But it also revolutionized LSU's offense too, because now because they're going to keep that scheme now, and they got Scott Linehan that is from the NFL, the former Cowboys offensive coordinator. So they got another former NFL offensive coordinator. So it revolutionized LSU's offense as a whole.
But there's one thing that I can see like the Alabamas and Georgia, Ohio State doing. You know, college football is a copycat league. Everybody cop.
Georgia needs to update their offense because you see how LSU they have one of the best defenses in the country, but with a juggernaut offense that LSU has, it made up in the SEC championship game. I mean, it goes to show no matter how good the defense is, the offense they can score some points.
Yeah, they need to complement each other because the offense helps the defense out. Because if the offense stays on the field longer, your defense gets more rested by the time the fourth quarter comes
So
out.
great.
So yeah, that's exactly what you need to do as an as a
But
football
that's
team.
Georgia's downfall. They don't have a modern day offense.
Yeah, but I think ball control and time of possession will win you a lot of football games if you can keep control of that ball and that defense stays on the field. They
And no
can't.
turnover. And no turnovers.
Yeah, that's a good way to win football games.
They,
Well,
it's just, well, play the old strategy, play good defense, run the ball a lot, don't throw the ball too much, turn the ball over, and that used to be the old logic that the defense win championships, where offenses have now taken off more and changed their offense. They've got this high tempo, spread out
what you,
ball kind of offense.
yeah, what you think about the way the evolution of an offense has happened?
RPO offense.
Yeah, um, like the West Coast offense when it first came out blew a lot of people away, and now as
That was Joe Montana and Joe Walsh.
yeah, and like people started doing that. Then you had the Wildcat happen for a while. You don't see the Wildcat too much anymore. I haven't really saw too
Yeah,
much.
no, it got figured out, but every now and then it's just
Yeah, it's good as a trick play, but you know, like I said, this college football and NFL is nothing but copycats because people want to hop on the next hype thing. But
even
one,
this, even this college football offense, you had your traditional pro style offense that teams like Georgia, well, I mean LSU still ran up until last year, but now you get this. Even it started in the college level with Urban Meyer and all, and back in Florida, but now it's starting to. Now it's starting. Now you see it's starting to trickle and move its way and spread out to the NFL now because all these teams are going through this RPO spread offense and not your traditional odd formations.
yeah,
Everything's all RPO, run tackle, options. I heard everything. What you going to do? You snap the ball.
and that's helped out players like, um, oh man, I can't think of his name.
Nick Foles is a quarterback that probably plays an RPO.
Yeah, Nick Foles does. I can't think of his name. I know his name so much. I'm having a brain fart. Ravens quarterback.
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, and I mean he has Mark Ingram.
Russell Wilson run. The Russell Wilson run that got all.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's. They're starting to do it over there.
Yeah, Kyler Murray.
Desha-
Still got
Deshaun Watson. Yeah, that dude at
There's a
pro.
lot on their defense, so
Hey, it almost got him a Super Bowl.
yeah,
Came
that's
close.
another subject for today.
Yeah.
But that's also their head coach's play for
Yeah.
them.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the Fishbowl Radio. Thank you everybody for listening to us on Facebook. We're gonna put the episode on Twitter and Instagram. So if y'all can't catch it on YouTube, Spotify, Spreaker, we're basically on every single platform you can possibly think of. SoundCloud, you can listen to it there. If
We're
you,
spreading out on.
yeah, we are just giving content all over the internet. So thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all
It'll be
have.
hard to find.
Yeah, it won't be hard to find. Just to search the Fishbowl Radio Spreaker, and everything will pop up. Everything we're on Spotify, like I said before. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So, Juice, any last words you want to say on the show before we close out for tonight?
No, just stay safe out there, Fishbowl, and y'all have a good night.
All right, y'all have a good night, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we will talk to y'all next week. Have a good night, everybody.
We all
Hold on. And we are out of